you know, we don't necessarily have a lot of ways to score if we're not making shots. I mean, Liv gave us a little bit late in the game. You know, but we need that like on a regular basis. Otherwise, we don't have a way to score. So we're going to get a lot of wide open jump shots. And you know, Crystal kept us in the game the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it was. But it's like nobody else could make a wide open shot. So it's not like, oh man, look at the awful shots they're taking. Like wide open shots, and we're not making any of them. So what are you going to do? All you can do is keep shooting them. And I thought the third quarter, we changed up a couple of things that we were doing, and we ended up scoring more off of our defense than we were in the first half, and we took them a little bit out of their stuff. But yeah, I'm happy we won. I'm not thrilled with the way we executed all of our stuff, but I'm happy we won. I mean, they're a hard team to play against. I mean, they're huge. You know, we had a battle today. That was a battle. It really was. It was really, really hard.
Can you talk a little bit about the contribution Aubrey gave, especially the hustle?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as she came in, she made a play, right? We talked about that with her, both her and Anna. You know, we said, listen, when you guys go out on the floor, you just got to kind of like make some plays. Like, don't worry about anything. You know, don't just run up and down the floor. Don't be obsessed with what play are we running, whatever. Just make a play. You know, do something. And they both did, but Aubrey especially. I mean, it seemed like there for a while, every rebound she had a hand on it. Every defensive possession she had a hand on it. She's got a lot to offer. You know, it's funny because at some point during the game, maybe before at halftime, I said to CD, CD, we got to really get her ready for the NCAA tournament because we're going to need her. I mean, we got to get her, in her comfort zone before the NCAA tournament. So we got a month or so to do that. But she was amazing today. I would say she was the difference in the game.
The team played with more hustle, I feel like, than any other game.
Yeah.
You probably played this season, especially in the second half. Where did that come from? Was that something you said, or did it come from the team itself?
It's probably like water torture, If you keep dropping water on somebody's head, after a while, So I've been saying the same thing now for 17 games, and for some reason today it sunk in. I think we played because we knew we were small, and we knew we had to create defense. We had to create offense off our defense, and the shots weren't going in. Instead of feeling sorry for ourselves, I thought we played harder. That was a great lesson for them. That, I've always said, how many shots you make should only determine how much you win by, not whether you win or not. You can still win games not making a lot of shots. And it kind of sunk in that we don't have to shoot 55% to win a game. You can shoot lousy and still win a game. You just got to be willing to do all the other stuff. And I thought Kristen did that. I thought Megan did that. I thought everybody played decent. I don't think anybody shot it great, but everybody played decent. So that's a good thing.
Geno, kind of follow on Alexa. Could you talk about Olivia's 12 minutes and just the feeling when you saw her actually go to the floor to get a loose ball and, keep a possession going, and the things she did after you stayed with your small lineup to start the half?
You always want somebody to respond whenever there's a challenge put in front of you, And I think there was a huge challenge in front of her today. The best defensive player on the floor is guarding you, the bench. So if you're gonna keep putting yourself on the bench in every big game, like, you can't help us. And if you're going to be out on the floor, at least you can help us a little bit, and then you gotta you got to match the intensity of the game. If you were telling me that we're going to get 30 minutes of that every night from now on with Liv, then we're a whole different team. Then we're a completely different team. So that was a great, snippet of what I hope she can do going forward. But like anything else, she gets carried away and fires up a three-pointer well, I guess you can't have everything.
Because of the way you guys won tonight, you had to struggle through it. What does that do for you at this time of the year? It was a struggle.
It was a struggle. And, really good games against really good teams, they're supposed to be struggles. They're not supposed to be easy. If we'd have won the Baylor game, those last 4 minutes, everybody would have said, man, that was a real struggle. That was really hard to win. Those 2 games we played on the road last week were struggles. They're really hard to win. I think the more times you put yourself in that position, good or bad, whether you deserve to be in that position or not, you learn a little bit about yourself. And that can only help you going forward,
Did this game feel like a rivalry tonight? And what do you think the future is, or what would you like the future to be beyond next season?
I don't know that it felt any different than, a Notre Dame game or a Baylor game or a Louisville game or, a South Carolina game. I don't think it felt any different. I wasn't sitting there thinking, anything other than that. We play them next year down there, and, we'll see how it goes. But, certainly everybody, I told the players this at the beginning of the game. I said, the only people that are going to have fun tonight are you guys. If you do this right, you go out there and play. You have the ability to actually impact the game. I said, your parents are dying because they're scared to death that you're going to play lousy. I said, the coaches are all whacked out because they're not sure whether you're going to execute. Right? The fans are all going to lose their mind if their team loses. So the only guys that are going to have any fun tonight are the guys on the court. So, it was good for them. They looked like they were having fun. There's still a little bit of that Tennessee, Connecticut, I think the Crystal probably felt it more than anybody else growing up down there. But, yeah, it just felt like a big game. It felt like a big game.
Coach, despite being the smaller team out there, you out-rebounded them, and especially on the offensive side. Talk a little bit about what you saw in that.
Generally speaking, every time we play a good team, we're undersized this year. So we have to work a little bit harder, and we have to be smarter, and we have to make sure we're in the right place at the right time, and we got to make all the hustle plays. I think we got every loose ball the second half. And you know who the best offensive rebounding teams in the country are? The guys that miss a lot of shots. So we became a really good offensive rebounding team. When it dawned on us, we ain't making any shots. Usually we don't offensive rebound. We shoot and we run back on defense because we shoot 50% from the floor. I think tonight, the light went off oh, none of these are going in. We better go get them. And it really was a big factor in the game. It's funny how that works. It's funny how that works.
You said earlier this week that this game was mostly for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
Wasn't it good nostalgia though?
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, it was. It felt good seeing them out there playing. It's obviously, you look down the sidelines and it's completely different on the sidelines. It's completely different on the floor. The only thing that was similar was their uniforms, but it's still Tennessee. It's still everybody getting excited about it. I got texts from lots of people saying, hey, this is great for women's basketball. I guess, Army-Navy game used to be great for college football. It's still great for 3 million servicemen and their families, but it's not Clemson, Alabama. So things change, you know? Everything has kind of a cycle. It doesn't mean it can't still be something special. You know? Who knows? Could be.
Geno,
Carol Stiff out of her way. We play them 4 times a year.
Geno,
5.
how do you want Olivia and Aubrey to walk away? What do you want them thinking after tonight? You know, I mean, there was a lot going on, the
Yeah.
dynamics there.
Well, first of all, if you're Liv, you have to say to yourself, it's embarrassing that no one will guard me outside 3 feet. So I need to be really, really good at making that little 15-foot jump shot. Or when I set a ball screen and they just kick it back to me, I got to be able to make half of those. That changes our team. So hopefully she can internalize that. And I have the ability to foul a kid out, which she did tonight. Okay. So can we build on that? I hope so. I hope so. Aubrey, she's just so young. She's young mentally. She's young as a basketball player. But we gave her one job to do in the second half, and she was really good at it. You know, we said, if they're not going to guard you, then every time you screen for somebody, there's nobody there to help. So tonight, the whole second half, you are a screener. Screen and go offensive rebound. Screen and go offensive rebound. And when we're on defense, trap everything that comes near you. So at least she has some direction. Okay, this is what I do. This is what I can bring to the team. You know? And she made 2 free throws, I think, or she make 1? 3. Holy Jesus. Mother load. 3 or 4. Jesus. And Liv made a couple. Jesus. The riches never end.
Did looking down the sideline, as you mentioned, feel sad?
I don't think, you know, I don't think sad is the right word, because leading up to the game, you know, I thought a lot about that. You know, leading up to the game, it was a lot about, you know, when you're our age as a coach, and you're still able to do this after all these years, when so many people that were our contemporaries are not here with us any longer, it does make you kind of reflect back a little bit, that things we used to take for granted, you know. For a while there, it was, yeah, when's the Tennessee game? You know, Geno and Pat, Pat and Geno, Geno and Pat, Pat and Geno. Yeah, it was like that for me leading up to the game. I was more, yeah, like I'm fortunate to still be able to do this. And yeah, it wasn't the same. I miss having her there. I miss looking forward to having her there. I didn't miss having to coach against her, but I miss looking forward to it. For sure. For sure.
Anything else?
You know, that halftime ceremony where they gave the check, I mean, I think most coaches at the time would just go off the court and not deal with it, but you seem to be out there, obviously, and seem to be a little emotional that part of it, I think you were the first one to donate to her fund back in the day. What did it mean to be part of that ceremony and you kind of making the donation to the foundation?
That's kind of the only reason why this game came about, you know. Yeah, people were clamoring for it, and I wasn't one to be like, yeah, we really need this because the game is struggling, so we need to raise the awareness of the game. That never entered my mind, you know, one bit. When the subject was broached about, hey, why don't we do this and the proceeds go to the Pat Summitt Foundation? My suggestion was, sure, let's do it. Our home game will be at Madison Square Garden. Their home game will be in Nashville, where the Final Four was. So we'll, max it out and blow the thing out. That didn't really gain as much traction as I hoped it would get. Everybody wanted a game on their campus. So for me, it was more about nobody needs this game, but if we can raise some money and we can bring some awareness to that, then I think it's a good thing to do. And same with the black uniforms, The only reason we wore them is so we can auction them off, get rid of them, and make some money and, put that in there. So that to me is, more than, hey, Connecticut beat Tennessee. By Saturday, that's old news, But I think we brought that back into the conversation. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And ESPN showed all these Connecticut-Tennessee games today. Because everybody kept calling me, hey, I'm watching you guys play. And I would go, did we win that game? No, I ain't talking to you. And then I actually had to go home to get some stuff. And my wife was watching the game. And I thought I was dreaming. Ashley Battle made 2 threes. Maria Collins shot fake, went in the lane and went up like, Steve, no, I don't even know. Steve Nash made one of those shots. I said, I gotta go take a nap. I thought I was having like bad flashbacks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.